Hello and welcome back to Blueprint Wednesday. Today we're breaking down the limited S-rank character Hotori in NTE. She's a Cosmos Element Solid character, a member of Avon Antique Shop, and she literally stops time. If you pulled her before her banner ended in June 3rd, this build is for you. Now, as I just mentioned, Hotori is a Cosmos Element Esper who uses an umbrella as her weapon. She's a burst DPS with a very specific play pattern. Her whole identity revolves around three things: building non-closed timepiece energy, which is a passive resource that charges while she's on the field, up to 120. Number 2 is using present replay to record all ally supports and redirect skills. Last but not least is detonating everything with World's Tide. That's her ultimate, which actually stops time and replays all of the recorded skills all at once. Oh, by the way, World Tide has no cooldown and no ultimate energy cost. The only requirement is a full timepiece. That means her rotation speed is entirely in your hands. Now, let's talk about her skill. Present replay. When you cast it, Hotori spent 60 timepiece energy and entered a recording state for 5 seconds. During that window, any support skill or redirect skill your allies use gets recorded up to 3 in total, 1 per character. Then, when you pop her ultimate, World's Tide replays every recorded attack for free. So you want teammates with high impact skills to maximize that replay value. Now, once the timepiece is full, unleash World Tide. Time slows down to a standstill. You cannot switch characters. Hotori draws a katana from an umbrella and start building combo stacks with each hit. At 10 stacks, she delivers a finisher that deals massive damage, and all recorded ally skills fire off automatically during that window. Now, after knowing a brief breakdown on how Hotori works, now let's get to the weapon, the arc system. The best arc is her signature arc, Marching Beyond Time. I was not lucky enough to get the arc, but the arc itself gives you base attack at 570 at M1, 24% crit rate substat, and a passive called Time Beyond Time. Now that's when Hotori casts a redirect skill and enter Waste Lab mode. Allies gain waste time stacks each time they use a redirect or support skill, stacks up to 3 times. Now, if you don't have Marching Beyond Time, your next best options are Fluff of Fearlessness, which gives 25% attack for 10 seconds after her ultimate, plus also crit rate. And then your second would be the Forgotten, your best A rank option. Steady 20% attack as long as Hotori stays above 50% HP. And to be honest, the A rank weapon, the Forgotten, is very consistent, no strings attached. That would be your best shot if you do not have her signature weapon or Fluff or Fearlessness. Now for the cartridges, the best in slot would be Lost Radiance, no negotiation. The 2-piece bonus gives 10% Cosmos damage, and the 4-piece legendary bonus lets her ignore 25% of enemy defense for 20 seconds after casting her ultimate. Defense ignoration is a direct damage multiplier, and it stacks with the defense ignore from her arc and an A6 awakening. With all 3 active, she can ignore up to 67% of any enemy defense during her burst window. Now each type 3 model equipped gives 10% Cosmos damage with 4 modules. That's 40% Cosmos damage bonus alone, let alone the weapon arc. Now for the stack priority, attack percent, attack percent, attack percent. Hotori damage scales hard on attack because of all the defense ignore she stacks. Every point of attack becomes more valuable when the enemy defense is shredded. Now for the priority order, I would go attack percent, universal damage percent, crit rate, attack plus flat, and then HP percent. For the skill priority, upgrade the ultimate, then skill, then basic attack, then the support skill. Her ultimate is everything. That's where 80% of her damage lives. Her skill, Present Replay, is next because it enables the recording mechanic and deals solid damage on its own. Basic attack comes third, Fulfiller damage, and support skill is last. Awakening priority? Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, and I will get very technical right now. A6 is your best awakening stage, period. Why? Because it ignores 30% of the target defense during the time stop, which is the biggest single damage spike in her kit, and it stacks with Marching Beyond Time and Lost Radiance. Then I would go A2, 20% increased damage during time stop. Then I would go A1, 12% more damage per recorded support or redirect skill during time stop, and that alone with 3 characters or 3 recordings, that's a 36% bonus damage. Then I would go A5, 15% team-wide damage against civil targets while Hotori is deployed. So if you want to go insane, have the original Hotori, then A6, A2, then A1, and then A5, A4, A3 are situational. Okay, now let's talk about teams. Hotori's teams are built around giving her strong skills to record with present replay and supporting her during the time stop window. Now, the best in slot Blossom team would be Hotori as a burst DPS, G1 as a strong support skill to record, Cosmos Resonance, then Nanalie range support, contributes to the Esper cycles, finally would be Zero, which would sustain and heal. Also can contribute to recorded skills. Now the charge team would be Hotori, G1, Zero, and then Hathor. Why Hathor, you may say? Additional burst support. Now for the literal budget team, I would go Hotori, Mint, Zero, and then Haniel. Why Haniel? Flexible buffer. Now if I would make 3 tips about breaking or making Hotori, don't pop present replay on cooldown. Wait until your allies are all ready to use all their strong skills. Number 2, time stop freezes enemy timers on content like Ping Paw Heist. If you're racing the clock, her ultimate effectively pauses the cooldown while you're dishing out damage or trying to run for your life. Now for the 3rd tip, I would say her whole basic attack Rippling Waves is a 4-hit AoE dash that is excellent for repositioning. Use it to close gaps or dodge through attacks without losing DPS uptime. That was it for Hotori. Which character should I cover next? Let me know down in the comments. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more Blueprint Wednesday builds, and see you guys next time.